Hey everyone, welcome to AMC Movie News. I'm Kira Bate, and I know that you guys are excited as I am to see The Dark Knight Rises, which comes out on AMC theaters everywhere July 20th, and you can get your tickets at amctheaters.com starting June 11th. Now, I know that you guys all know that the villain, is now Bane, but did you know that the Riddler was supposed to be in the film, played by Leonardo DiCaprio? Now, to give us our thoughts and insights is senior editor John Campia.
Hey, yeah, this was really interesting. First of all, I'm absolutely stoked about seeing Bane as the villain Batman. I've been wanting to see a Bane, a properly done Bane, not that horrific abomination that we saw in the Arnold Schwarzenegger Batman. That was not Bane. Bane is one of the richest, most beautiful, wonderful characters ever in any Batman comic. And aside from the Joker, an argument could be made he is the most significant villain that there's ever been. He's the guy who broke Batman's back and sent Bruce Wayne out of the comics for a very long time while other people became Batman. Non-comic book fans may not know that, but it's true. It happened for a very, very long time. Now, David Goyer, who is the guy who wrote these Batman films, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and now The Dark Knight Rises, with Christopher Nolan, the guy who's directed all these. These films are now affectionately known as the Nolan Batman franchise. Goyer came out recently and said something very interesting. He said one of the very first meetings that David Goyer, Christopher Nolan had with the Warner Brothers executives, right after The Dark Knight came out, they started talking about the final film in the franchise. And Warner Brothers came to them and said, obviously, and they used the word obviously we want the villain to be the Riddler, and we want it to be Leonardo DiCaprio. Now, this isn't a big stretch. Leonardo DiCaprio was in production of Inception with Christopher Nolan. There's about 4 or 5 actors from Inception and previous Nolan films that are going to be in The Dark Knight Rises. It seemed like 2 and 2 equaled 4. So it did seem like for a while that Warner Brothers' direction and their direction was going to be use the Riddler. Now, Goyer doesn't go in to say what changed their minds or what changed the course of history and why ultimately they went with Bane. Now, a lot of people are going to say that they would love to see Leonardo DiCaprio playing the Riddler, and that's obvious. Leonardo DiCaprio is one of the best actors of our generation. He's fantastic. He's a perennial Oscar nominee. He's great in everything that he is. He's fantastic. The Riddler is also a very, very rich character. Personally, though, if you're going to end this franchise, if this is the final Batman film in the Christopher Nolan era, you've got to go out with a villain who, as I said earlier, arguably is as significant in the Batman universe as the Joker himself, and that is Bane. And you couldn't possibly have cast it any better than with Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy is turning out to be just a world-class actor in his own right. He's the perfect guy to play Bane. Yes, he's a little physically smaller than we're used to seeing Bane being in the comic books, but that's relevant. The important thing is the character himself. I think he's great. It's interesting to see how this would have been different had it been Leonardo DiCaprio as the Riddler. I mean, just like Tom Selleck was supposed to be Indiana Jones. He went off to do Magnum P.I. instead. Will Smith was supposed to be Neo in the Matrix films. That would have been a totally different set of movies than the Keanu Reeves ones, obviously. And this will obviously be a very different Batman than if it had been the Riddler and Leonardo DiCaprio. But personally, I'm happy with the way they went.
All right. Now, are you guys happy with the way it went? Are you guys happy to see Bane? And also, how would the movie have been different if it was Leonardo DiCaprio in the Riddler? Let us know your thoughts on the comments below. And remember, get all your movie news, movie tickets, theater and showtime information every day, 24/7 at amctheaters.com. Don't forget, June 11th, you can purchase those tickets. Find us on Facebook and Twitter. And remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Kira Bate with John Campia. Thanks again for watching AMC Movie News.